The college football playoff bracket is out. Georgia is in. Let's talk about it.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Today's episode brought by GameTime. More on them in a moment. Thank you, GameTime, so very much. You're locked into the #1 sports podcast network in the world, Locked On. We are here every single day talking about Georgia football, talking about that 3 seed and what it means for the playoffs, as well as recapping a little bit about the SEC championship and going down the road until all of a sudden, let's hit repeat, except let's not. On New Orleans last year, New Year's, everything that was, let's scrub it clean.
Let's wash it.
Let's wash it and let's start over, Georgia. How about that? We're going to be talking about that game. We're going to be with you all month of December long, gearing up for that, as well as giving you insights. Stay for the next segment because Daniel and I have a special, exciting announcement for you that we get to release today. As a matter of fact, Daniel, we're very excited about it. But first, let's talk about a little bit more about further review. We had our overreactions. We were all up in our feels of this SEC championship game. We're going to talk about how it shook out and where the playoff seedings were. And then some kind of grab bag of players that we saw really show out a little bit. Dan, where do you want to start today?
Well, I feel like all those SEC championship game reactions are going to come out in the coming weeks. We're going to have guys that are going to rise to the forefront. We got a long time until Georgia plays another game because they are on bye. It won't be until January the 1st at 8 p.m. In New Orleans when Georgia tees it up again. Which is a crappy spot to be in if you get a bye. Just not a first world problem, but not to complain. But I feel like we should lead today with the news of today, which is college football playoff bracket released. Georgia is the 3 seed, not the 2 seed. Ohio State has not beaten a single team worth a darn this entire college football season. And they're somehow ranked ahead of Georgia. Ohio State's best win is Georgia's 5th best win.
Let that sink in for a hot minute. He didn't say anything incorrect.
And the records are the same. Whatever. It doesn't matter necessarily. That means Georgia's the 3, not the 2, which means Georgia plays the winner of the 6-11 instead of the winner of the 7-10. So in layman's terms, what that means is it is not the winner of the Texas A&M Miami game. It is, in fact, the winner of the Ole Miss Tulane game. So Georgia potential rematch against Ole Miss in the bracket. And then it's either Miami, Texas A&M, or Ohio State when you project forward in this half of the bracket. Now, obviously, Georgia's going to win this first game, something they did not do last year in a game in New Orleans that they were favored in. So not to put the cart ahead of the horse. But when you look at this entire side of the bracket, Clint, what are your initial thoughts? When you look at these teams, Ole Miss and Tulane in the first game that Georgia played, one of those two, and then the winner of a Texas A&M, Miami, Ohio State pod up at the top. What are your thoughts on the way the bracket shook out for Georgia?
It's really odd if you look at it. I've been told by everybody and their mom that there is a really tough half of the bracket.
Why is everyone's mom talking about this, by the way?
Daniel, I wish I could tell you. I don't know. It's college football playoff. It has lots and lots of reaches.
People coming out of the woodwork.
Look, here's the deal. People telling me that there's a hard side of this bracket and an easy side of the bracket.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I assume what they're saying is the bracket with James Madison, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and Indiana is easier than the one with Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, Texas A&M, and Ohio State. That's the half of the bracket, the top half, if you will, that they think is easier than the bottom half, Daniel.
Yeah. It's because the Texas Tech, Indiana perception is it's that those teams are weak because they are not traditionally powerful teams,
which we're going to have lots to talk about, not anytime soon because we're playing meaningful games. But when it comes off season, it's going to be really wild to me because everybody's telling me Texas Tech has changed the landscape of college football. A, they haven't. B, how they produced their roster is really wild because you cannot. Rodriguez was going to be a Heisman level linebacker. He was a quarterback at Virginia.
Yeah.
Like anyway. Can't get into it right now. Here's what I'm saying. If you look at
go ahead.
Look how Georgia shakes down. If they were the 2 seed, Miami, Texas A&M, I'm here to tell you right now, Miami A&M is a harder draw. You and I might disagree with this violently, but those 2 teams are a harder draw than Ole Miss, Tulane.
You're happy with the 3 instead of the 2.
How it shook up. The only thing is Ohio State, Georgia for the semifinals. If chalk goes and if we beat and Ohio State beats, that's a pretty tough matchup. Indiana, I think, is the second best team in this bracket, Daniel.
Behind Georgia.
Behind Georgia. I think Georgia's number 1. I think Indiana's 2. I think Ohio State's 3. And then you could fight me the rest of it. Texas Tech, Miami, maybe Oregon at that point. I mean, at that point, 4 is irrelevant. I think the top 3, it's going to be the champion is going to come from one of those of Indiana, Georgia, Ohio State.
I'm going to fight you on those 3, Clint.
Oh, I love it. Okay, give it to me, Daniel. Who do you think are the 3 best teams in the bracket?
I fundamentally disagree with the hard side of the bracket, easy side of the bracket. Because I agree with you that the 2 best teams in this bracket are Georgia and Indiana, and they're on opposite sides of the bracket. And so that in itself balances out the bracket. But I'm here to tell you that Oregon's better than Ohio State. Full stop.
You know what?
Full stop. Oregon is a better football team, and they're the 5.
I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna listen to you.
Texas Tech might be better than Ohio State. You might have an Oregon-Texas Tech matchup where the winner of that game, I'm going to be ready to say, is certainly better than Ohio State. I think Georgia not drawing Oregon, not drawing Indiana. There was a world in which Georgia could have fallen to the 4. I think the way in which they won against Alabama really helped with that in dominant fashion. But Texas Tech dominated their top 10 opponent as well. And so there was an argument to be made that maybe Texas Tech finds a way and jumps Georgia. I think it was nice to not fall to the 4. And then I'd rather I know it's Ohio State and the mystique and they've got the talent and they've got the whatever. But if you drop Ohio State to the 4, and you make Georgia the 2, and you make Texas Tech, Texas Tech is the 3. It's crazy how many Texas schools are in here that aren't the University of Texas.
Oh, there it is.
So I get confused. I think that's a worse matchup for Georgia going up against Texas Tech. I think that's so I think that Texas Tech, Oregon, 4-5 is certainly now. I think Alabama and Oklahoma are trash. I think those are 2 absolute trash teams.
The talk about just the gutter bowl of the first round. Like everybody's going to be excited. Lord. SEC. Let me tell you, Oklahoma is trash. Alabama is trash. The defense is not what it was. Oklahoma's got a good defense, but cannot score any points. Ty Simpson has disintegrated before ours. He is like IKEA particle board. After a couple of months,
it's just shredding in your hand. You're trying to get that dowel in there, and it is splintering right in front of you. You're watching.
I don't know what a strip screw is. It's just called a screw at IKEA. They all come stripped. Like it's just
you are watching the Dorfstad fall apart right before your eyes.
Right before your eyes. Yes, that's exactly
It's
right.
a tough scene. All right, we'll be right back. We'll talk more about this bracket, more about Georgia's potential matchups, more about everything that you should be excited about and nervous about as we move into the college football playoff. But first,
these are in fact game time. World Cup is back in North America. It's massive. Be honest, getting tickets is usually the hardest part, or getting tickets to the Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl. If you want to get down to the Fiesta Bowl, maybe you're looking at a little time in Arizona. Guess what? Game Time is going to help you get in there.
Fun in the sun.
A little fun in the sun. It's very easy. You pull up the app, views from the seat, as well as all prices include everything that you're going to pay on it. No hidden fees right at the end of checkout. Take the guesswork out of buying the tickets that you want to see your Georgia Bulldogs continue in the playoffs. Every match, concert, event with Game Time. Download Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 their first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download the app, make an account, use code LOCKEDONCollege. $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Game Time.
Is that all, Clint? Or we got another read in this segment?
That's it.
That's it. Oh, all right. We'll just hit this button over here then.
All right, Daniel. So we're talking about the playoff bracket. If you are over on YouTube, you get to see it for us. The bracket is up there. If you're not over there, get up your phone while you're not driving and look at this. But the 12-team
public service announcement there.
Look, I'm trying to help the people out. We do have safety on the mind. It is the holiday season. Please do not drink and drive. All right, Daniel. Talking
or look
more
at your
about
phone.
this. Or look at your phone. This bracket on the bottom half. Yes, when people say there's an easy way to say it's hard, I'm sorry. I don't see it. Outside of Alabama and Oklahoma, which is the Bucket Bowl. Oregon, I think, is going to win pretty handily against James Madison. Nothing against James Madison. You just aren't the level of competition. It's like Boise State last year. It's just not going to go well for you. I'm sorry to say. And so there's a lot of chalk there. But Daniel, you said the three, Indiana, Georgia, and Oregon. But
I think of the three best teams, Jim.
Our bottom half here: Ole Miss, Miami, Texas A&M, Tulane, Ohio State. What about that draw? That excites you or discourages you?
Well, it's interesting. Let's start with Georgia's potential matchup, and let me just ask you this point blank:
okay,
is there a chance Tulane beats Ole Miss?
I'm not trying to say this to be that guy that's just poking and stirring. I'm just telling you that I see two likely scenarios for this game. I think this game goes one of two ways and not a third.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, fans are up in arms. And let me just be the first to say, I'm sorry. You didn't think it was going to happen either. Just so we're clear, the only difference between I'm not talking to you, Clint. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people.
The fan. Yeah.
The only difference between you and I is that I have a podcast, and so I said it, and everyone get to hear it. You didn't think we were going to blow them out either, but I was wrong.
You were wrong.
We did blow them out. I did not see a world in which that happened, but it did happen. Go on. You see this game playing out.
Two outcomes for the Tulane Ole Miss game. Option one, Ole Miss absolutely puts boot to backside.
42-6.
Legitimately, the game is over at half, and they are talking
Trinidad Chambliss doesn't play the second half.
That's option one.
Mm-hmm.
Option two, Tulane wins 23-21. Those are the only two outcomes for this game.
How are you going to handicap a game, first game without Lane Kiffin? Like, how are you going to do it? I don't understand how you could possibly feel like you definitely have a read on this game. Now, Tulane's in a bit of a weird situation coaching-wise as well, obviously. But I think all of the attention in this game is on Ole Miss and the coaching. And what does this team look like?
To motivated play. Like screw you, Lane. You messed us up. You left us hanging high and dry. So we're going to prove to you we're now in the playoff. We don't need you. Pete Golding's this defensive mastermind. He's not.
Well, the defense was terrible. They were like 90th in total defense this year.
And they were good last year because they spent like $20 million getting 4 players on defense that aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
So, okay. Look, I can't even. Texas Tech, that's you next year, by the way. But I digress. I think Ole Miss can ride the wave of excitement and there's just an absolute energy juiced feel to that team, that stadium, and they get going. And then they have a massive letdown the week following.
Well, that letdown. Sometimes the air goes out of your balloon because a giant sledgehammer comes down and smashes it. Like that's sometimes it just like naturally dissipates, like you leave it in the garage and you check back on it in a couple of days and it's just it's just like shrunken down.
Yeah.
But sometimes the air comes out of the balloon because a giant steps on it and it explodes. So that's, yes, when you say a letdown, I agree that was what would happen the following week. So for right now, I'm going to assume that Ole Miss is going to win this game. We're going to go, in the next couple weeks, we're going to do a full, if Georgia plays Tulane, this is what we expect. And if Georgia plays Ole Miss, this is what we expect. All that's
correct.
But for right now, I'm going to assume Georgia plays Ole Miss. Again, you're looking at a team that, Georgia beat by 8 points earlier this year.
Okay, great.
B, that team has categorically lost the best part of that team, which was Lane Kiffin's play calling abilities.
That's it.
You say whatever you want about the Ole Miss.
You can even tell me, well, Lane Kiffin's going to be there with them the whole time, prepping for all the games, and he's going to help, because I can see a world in which Charlie West Jr. is able to call him up and get some. He's going to be consulted, Daniel.
Sure, right.
100%.
You're right.
He will be consulted, but it ends there. At the end of the day, you have Charlie Weiss and Pete Golding trying to take on Glenn Schumann, Mike Bobo, and Kirby Smart.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's not. You've lost the best part of your team, and that was what Lane Kiffin brought on game day in a play calling situation. 3. The way in which Georgia beat Ole Miss.
Oh my gosh.
In Athens. Okay. I will jump in here. Ole Miss ranks 16th in college football, 6.5 yards per play. Georgia, meanwhile, ranks 49th in college football, 5.7 yards per play. So difference of 6.5 and 5.7 yards per play. But when Ole Miss plays Georgia this year, they accumulated 350 total yards over 60 plays, which is approximately 5.8 yards per play. And Georgia, on the other hand, accumulated 510 total yards. 510 total yards.
Seems significant.
Over 80 plays, which is 6.8 yards per play. What I'm telling you is that the Ole Miss offense, it reverts to the Georgia offense when they play Georgia's defense. And the Georgia offense looks like the Ole Miss offense when they play Ole Miss's defense. The numbers flip almost exactly. And so this is just a bad matchup for Ole Miss.
It's really bad.
They can't stop anything that Georgia wants to do. And Georgia is categorically better at particularly at corner, which means we'll get into this, but they're not going to have to lay off and give up easy access throws. They're going to be able to hang their safeties back, walk their corners up. It's going to be a completely different game plan. And all of a sudden, Trinidad Chambliss is going to be running for his life.
And against Tulane, you're going to have to – I think they're going to go for broke against Tulane. They want to show everybody out. They want to prove themselves who they are. And all you're doing is you're either going to confirm that you're the same offense in which you had in Lane Kiffin, except not with his expertise on calling the right play at the right moment, or you're going to tell me something's new. Either one, you're going to tell me Georgia has already beaten you with now you have a lesser version of that, or you've decided to change things up, in which case, great. Kirby has played every offense that you can think of, Charlie Weiss Jr., and he's here for it. Daniel, before we go to the third segment, this is the announcement we wanted to tell the people. We're going to tell you all week long, but your boys have something exciting for you, and it's called the Everydayer Club. You've already have your team every day. Now take it up a level and go ad-free. Everydayer Club gets Locked On Bulldogs with no interruptions, member-only Discord access, and more, all for just $5 a month or $50 a year. You can go to this URL right here. It's on there. It's on if you're over on YouTube, it's there at lockedonpodcast.com/Everydayer Club. Everydayer Club is where you need to go. Get in on the access. Everydayers get no ads episodes. You get access to Daniel and I in Discord. Complete and utter glory for you. And also, if you're a true diehard, Everydayer All Access is built for you. You get one-on-one text access from Daniel and I, bonus episodes, exclusive newsletter, and 15% discount on Locked On merch. You can go to the same Everydayer program and unlock all access. All access is where you need to go. Get on over there, check it out. We'll be texting during the playoff games that we're not playing because we won't be emotionally invested. So we'll actually have time to
correct.
Speak into that.
So we won't be horrifying on those.
We won't be horrifying.
No promises on what you're going to get. I mean, what at this point,
there's a disclaimer.
You know who we are.
Loyal third segment listeners know, which is what we're going to right now.
They are definitely going to.
We'll be back right after these. And Daniel, these are Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks, great holiday season is right time. Here. Omaha Steaks knows how to get you into the action. During their Sizzle All the Way sale, you can stock up and serve on huge way. 50% off site-wide on omahasteaks.com. And it gets even better. Locked On College listeners get an extra $35 off with code COLLEGE at checkout. Look, we know gift giving isn't easy, but Omaha Steaks delivers every single time. Holiday magic made easy. Order by 6 p.m. Eastern, and it ships the same day. Gourmet gifts, more for holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com. 50% off site-wide during the Sizzle All the Way sale. Extra $35 off. Promo code COLLEGE at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com. Code COLLEGE. But that's not all, Daniel. We also have our friends over at Georgia Access. Georgia Access is the place that you need to go. If anything has changed with your health or family needs, Georgia got you covered. Georgia Access is our state's marketplace for Georgians to compare, apply, and enroll in health insurance plans that offer the best value for their individual needs. Open enrollment is happening now. Visit georgiaaccess.gov today. Georgia Access, health insurance by Georgia for Georgia.
As Clint mentioned, we'll be talking about the Everydayer Club all week on the pod. If you have any questions about it, you can reach out to us on Twitter. You can send us an email, lockedonbulldogs@gmail.com. We'd be happy to answer any of those questions for you. But, and should say, nothing about this podcast is going to change at all.
Right? No, still you get us the whole time.
Locked On Bulldogs, 100% free, and nothing is changing about.
It's on a paywall, folks. We're not asking you to jump behind a paywall. Just more access.
Yeah, at all. So, Clint, let's talk more about. That's that first game. Again, not to put the cart before the horse.
We're not trying to do this, people. We're not assuming we win that game. We're just.
Let me just ask you a question about another game that doesn't have anything to do with Georgia, happening on December the 20th at noon.
Okay.
It's Texas A&M.
Yeah.
And it's Miami. I'd be fascinated by this game, even if it did not have significant implications for the University of Georgia. You've got Texas A&M, a team who has beaten exactly as many good teams this year as Texas has, or as Ohio State has.
Ohio State has. So
yeah. So
zero.
None. Oh, zero. It's zero. Yeah. And then you've got Miami,
who plays in the most worthless.
Who lost to Louisville. They lost Louisville. It's a fascinating matchup.
It is.
What do you make of this? Miami's, to me, This game comes down to Miami's offensive line versus the Texas A&M pass rush, and Texas A&M's offensive line versus the Miami pass rush. These are the two best pass rushers in the playoff. Like maybe Texas Tech.
Talent-wise. Yeah, maybe Texas Tech.
Maybe Texas Tech.
I'd say so.
Like, which offensive line can keep their quarterback alive for 4 quarters is going to win? Is it as simple as that?
It's really wild. The decision-making process of both these quarterbacks, wildly questionable. I'm being generous when I say wildly questionable.
They're more similar than they are different in their decision-making.
Venn diagram is getting really close to it. Marcel Reed as well as Carson Beck are not good at decision-making, not good at threading needles, turn the ball over a lot. I think they'll be running for their lives. And Daniel, this comes down, like you said, pressure and coaching. And it's odd to say. I look at the line, it's like 3.5, 4.5, some places. I would take Miami. I would take the points and take Miami.
Okay.
If it wasn't freaking Mario Cristobal.
I was just about to say, you said the word coaching, and then you said I would take Miami, and I was starting to get very nervous.
If it wasn't for Mario Cristobal being the one on the sideline. Yep. He is one. I'm trying to think. James Madison, like, okay, he just got a job, Tulane. They just got a bump, a promotion, a job.
Mario Cristobal is the worst coach in the playoff.
He's the worst coach in the football playoff right now, Daniel.
Oh, I mean, he's the worst coach in the Power 4. Like,
it's remarkable that Miami got here. Like, truly is remarkable because they have a lot of talent.
And honestly,
Tony is a beast at wide receiver. I think they
got talent up and down for days.
Everywhere talent, but the most underdeveloped, underutilized team that we have seen in the playoffs is in fact Miami. So I'm not taking a side in this game. It's going to be hysterical is what it's going to be. The winner of this will get ran out of the stadium. Just ran out of the stadium. Oh my gosh, Daniel. Look, I will say this.
Listen.
I will say this. Watching Ohio State, watching Mendoza carve up, I watched the game. I watched the type of throws. He got hit a bunch. He was pressured a bunch. But the throws to Surratt, the throws down the middle, the pinpoint, carved up that secondary.
I'm sorry. The next good team Ohio State beats will be the first good team Ohio State has beaten this year. Are you telling me that it is a certainty? If Ohio State played Miami 10 times this year, how many losses would Ohio State have? Like,
quite a few.
They're not going 10-0.
No, quite a few
against Miami. Like, that's not Rutgers. That's not Wisconsin. It's not Iowa. Neither of these teams are that. So, yeah, I don't know. Here's what I'll say about that little pot of the bracket. I'll be taking points. Give me the points in the first game.
With Miami. Okay.
And give me the points in the second game. I think these teams, we're dealing with scenarios where this could go either way. So why don't I just sit on some points? That's how I'm going to feel about that side of the bracket.
I will say this. Saying is not, I repeat, not one of the 4 best quarterbacks in this playoff bracket. Period.
I mean,
and that's what Ohio State's hanging their hat on because they can't run the ball.
No.
And their receivers are good. Admittedly, talented.
Absolutely. I mean, they have the most talented receiver.
Pushed around. I mean, pushed around by Indiana. Running the ball, gashing them for 7.
And that offense scored how many points?
Oh no. So I don't hate what you're saying there, Daniel, at all. I think the top half is really interesting. I think now talk about a crushing defeat. Indiana's about to just have some trophy case of SEC in a real bad way, Daniel.
I mean, Alabama's going to beat Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, they will.
Ty Simpson looks so bad right now.
He can't look that bad again.
He's looked that bad for 5 straight weeks, including the first time they played Oklahoma.
Oh, geez.
He's the reason they lost the game. They
outgained
outgained him. I don't know if you've talked to an Alabama fan, but they actually outgained Oklahoma in that game. Did you know that?
If it wasn't for the interceptions he threw, we would have won.
Yeah, right. Correct. You are correct. If your quarterback wasn't a clown, then you would have won.
I love if it wasn't for your punt block and your turnover on downs, we would have beat Georgia. So if it wasn't for playing football.
First of all, no, you wouldn't have. We won by 3 touchdowns. But yeah, I think Alabama has to beat Oklahoma.
They have to.
But golly, that is just and then as long as Indiana doesn't absolutely crumble under the moment.
Correct. Yeah.
They will be so much better than whichever team it is they play.
I agree.
It's going to be a fun month, Clint.
It's going to be a fun month. Daniel will be here all month long. Everydayer Club. Get over there right now. Check us out. We're going to be there giving you access, texting, the whole thing. LockedOnPodcast.com/Everydayer Club is where you need to go to get in contact with Daniel and I and what we're doing. We'll be here, like I said, every single day leading up to the playoff games and further. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.